our story. But if we did, we could eat considerably cheaper. Hello everyone. If you follow Royal Family Farming, you know that we are farmers, and we're trying to connect with the consumer. We're trying to connect with the consumer in a couple ways. One is the social media, all this stuff, getting out there, putting ourselves out there can be uncomfortable, but we're trying to make sure we have a transparent story. We are able to have a connection with the consumer so we can tell our story. Two, we have some processing. We have a beef processing facility that we turn all our animals into beef and sell beef direct. We have a skincare line with our colostrum and our tallow and our honey products. We have a fruit processing shed where we clean the apples, put them in boxes and get them to you. So we're trying to vertically integrate the honey and everything else. But as I am spending considerable time and investment to try to get to that level of vertical integration, direct to the consumer type stuff, there's a major challenge that continues to rear up. And that challenge is coming directly from the consumer, and it's the consumer, and I'm a consumer, I'm right here in this, but it's coming from the consumer, and it is convenience. We are obsessed with convenience, rightfully so. Again, I'm a part of this. I'm always in a hurry. We're always trying to do stuff. We don't want to throw food out, but convenience is something we're willing to pay for. So what that looks like from my side, and what I find is there's two areas that really are demonstrated when I hit challenges, and one of those areas is packaging. So packaging is very expensive. Doing the type of packaging that really makes it convenient and the consumers are looking for, and maybe even like the retailers are looking for, because Costco, Walmart, it's really, the packaging has to be spot on. It's almost more important, the packaging, than the product itself, to get into some of these major retailers. So that's one of the areas that really keeps out a lot of farmers from being able to go more direct to consumer. The second thing is the preservatives and the expiration dates, because that is terribly inconvenient for the supply chain, for the consumer, for the retailer, for the distributor, if there's these expiration dates. And that causes a lot of challenges for a supply chain. So that's the second thing that farmers who are trying to go direct have to really overcome. So packaging and expiration dates are big challenges for farmers who are trying to go direct. And then the downside of that is, other than just making a huge barrier for entry for farmers or producers to get into the direct-to-consumer space, is I think that's a negative. I think if you look at our packaging and some of the plastics that we're just so used to using, I don't think those are great. I mean, if we could adjust that or improve our packaging, I think there's a lot of advantages there. And then the second thing is, I think it is just healthier to eat more raw. So if we could get away from some of the preservatives and some of the other stuff that we put in our food so that it lasts longer, I think it would prove to be really, really beneficial to us. So these are some thoughts I've been having a little bit as I am continuing to try to, one, tell our story, and two, get to a point where we're selling more, branding more of our products and selling more, cutting out some more of the middlemen. But these are two, this idea of convenience is something that the consumer is really, really obsessed with in our world, and it causes some challenges, it causes some problems, and I think it would be good for all of us to think about a little bit as we make adjustments and decide how to pay. Because I'll end on this, because in reality, if you were able to, if the consumer cared less maybe about packaging and expiration dates, I'm not saying we should, I mean, I get why it's a reality, but if we did, we could eat considerably cheaper. It is not that expensive to eat raw. In fact, it's way cheaper to eat raw. It's way cheaper to go buy your potatoes, to go buy your beef, to buy your dairy, and to buy those raw foods. It's way cheaper and it's way healthier to eat that way. But most of us don't do it because of that convenience factor, and so instead We buy more out of convenience than we do out of even price and health. And at the end of the day, if we were willing to prioritize price and health, and I say price, I'm talking like price per protein and price per consumption. If we were willing to prioritize that over convenience, then I think we would ultimately get to a spot where we're not only healthier, but we can buy good, high quality proteins and good calories for less money. So that's my 5-minute spiel this beautiful weekday, and siempre mejor.